Listen, he has been incredible for us on so many levels, and I told him before the game that I've been running him out there every day because he's really hard to give a day off to, and he we were talking about how we both were talking about how he needs it, and so I said, listen, give me everything you got tonight, and I'll get you tomorrow off, and that's what we get. So I mean, obviously a good performance by him and a lot of good at bats. We gave ourselves a ton of opportunities. But ZMAC has stepped up when opportunity has presented itself and grabbed a hold of it and has been sensational.
You've talked about this before, but how can chasing Vasquez so early and making them go to their bullpen help you guys the rest of the series?
Yeah, well, I mean, getting to their bullpen is not always a lot of fun, but if you can apply pressure to them, you get your opportunities. Now, we didn't cash in on a lot of the opportunities that we got. We did get a couple of their lefties up. Obviously, their long man pitched quite a bit. And just our overall approach tonight, I thought was positive. We went in with a good game plan. We stayed patient. Then we got opportunistic and answered back. When they scored in the first inning, that's generally how we have done it, where you put a little bit of pressure on someone and work your way around the bases, take the lead, and we answered right back. And I thought we got into the game pretty well today, and then obviously our bullpen was awesome. We asked a lot out of Herter. We asked a lot out of Hannafy. We've asked a lot out of Vest, and they stepped up very timely.
What was it to get out and really just protect it? They got in at like 4 o'clock in the morning after being in Houston last night.
Yeah.
I mean, when you get a team like that, you guys have been that team before.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I try to manage my own team. I don't know what they're what they were like. I mean, they're coming off a big win, and they're very talented. So I think it's important to get ahead of these guys as much as you can, just because they're the way that they play, and you try to mitigate some of their pressure that they can put on you, and you can see they get a little antsy on the bases and they want to apply pressure. I mean, Tatis feels like he's coming up to bat like every inning. They're ball in play. They foul off pitches. They do a lot of things to apply pressure, even with some of their guys out. So I thought, I said before the game it was important to play from ahead, and we did that. And like I said, our pitching was really awesome.
You guys are 9-2 here at Comerica Park. I know it's early, but are you starting to sense that this might be a real difficult team to play at?
Yeah. No, we feel really comfortable here. I mean, the environment, the experience, the vibe, the music, the ballpark. I mean, this is our home, and so we do want this to be a very difficult place to come in and play. Even Mother Nature helped a little bit today. I mean, that wind was out of control and down on the field, and I really felt it when I went out to change pitchers and I'm on the mound, and you can see the outfielders were doing it. They were doing a lot of running to make some catches, and but to answer your question, like, this is our home, and we should play well here, and we are suited to play well here, and very confident at home.
How about Jace today? It looks like he just brought some energy to great defensive plays.
Yeah, he's got an edge to him, and I know, when he got up here, we asked him just to be yourself and attack the game, and I thought he did that on defense, and I thought he was incredibly patient at the plate, and both are good signs, because you don't want him trying to do too much. You don't want him to try to make up for not making this team on day one. You just want him to contribute to a win. That's why he got brought up here, and he did exactly that tonight. There's going to be other days the bat's going to carry his day. There's going to be other days that he's coming off the bench. But for today, we asked him to contribute to a win, and he did it.
Have you had any conversations with Javi yet about what?
Told him get some rest tonight. Center field's a long way. He took a long time to come in to shake everybody's hand, so we need to speed that process up a little bit. And I told him get his rest. He's going to be back in center field tomorrow.
He looked pretty comfortable, huh?
He's always comfortable, but I do think he, the early in spring, and then the Major League Park in San Francisco, to a few in games that just kind of led us that way, hopefully has taken a little bit of the edge off. And you got to play this game comfortable, but maybe not too comfortable.
All part of the plan.
Absolutely.
Cross up on the pitch count between Cater
I think it might be the first one I've ever seen with the pitch com, but I think Tomas may have crossed himself up. I haven't asked the fielder what they heard, the other guys that have the pitch com in. I know what Cater thought he heard, so there's going to be a nice little bruise to remind, cross-ups are still a thing.